Following the success of the first two Ratchet & Clank games must have been tough for Insomniac. They kind of had an easy time coming up with another game in the series that could trump its predecessors. Fortunately though, they managed it with aplomb, creating what many believe to be the best Ratchet & Clank title on the PS2, myself included. The game begins with Ratchet's old home planet of Veldin under attack by the evil Dr. Nefarious, and in order to combat him, the duo return and team up with the Galactic Rangers, the galaxy's police force. They quickly realize that they need to find the last person to battle Nefarious and survive, a man once known as Captain Quark. From the very start, the plot is a massive improvement upon Going Commando, with a straightforward and incredibly memorable villain revealed right up front and no ludicrous twists halfway through. There are a bunch of cliches that crop up, the old hero being forced out of retirement, the assembling of a group comprising the best of the best, a member of said team being killed on the line of duty, the previously secure base being attacked, the traitor in the midst, and so on. But they're all told so well, and with so much of the series' trademark humour, it's almost impossible to dislike it. This humour extends throughout the game, from the desperate cries of help from the Galactic Rangers when on the field, to the utterly random reappearance of the plumber, this time collecting sewer crystals. There's even a series of Captain Quark vid-comics which retell the early adventures of the greatest superhero who ever lived, complete with increasingly incredulous announcer.
Oh, please tell me this is a typo. Pirate, ghost, robots. What do they think? We're idiots?
Hey, Professor, snap to it.
Complementing the game's plot is the core gameplay, which returns essentially unchanged from Going Commando. The only real alterations are little more than refining tweaks, such as the addition of an entirely optional first-person mode, or building upon the weapon upgrading system. Your armory this time around includes such random devices as the Agents of Doom, a Hollow Shield launcher, a Plasma Whip, and a Quacker Ray. And as with the previous game, all the weapons accumulate experience whenever you kill an enemy with them. When each weapon gathers enough XP, they'll level up. But unlike Going Commando, they can now do this up to 5 times, with an additional 3 levels in challenge mode making them incredibly powerful, adding a huge amount of depth. Even with this depth though, some weapons become almost useless by the end of the game, meaning you're constantly having to purchase newer ones in order to keep up. This isn't automatically a bad thing, but when a level 1 Rift Inducer is more powerful than a fully upgraded level 5 Nitro Launcher, then it can make you wonder why you spent so much time leveling up all your earlier weapons. Making up for this are the constant diversions the game provides. While you spent the majority of the previous games just shooting things with the occasional race or whatever to break up the action, here you'll be shooting things all the time, just in a variety of different ways. Aside from being on foot, you'll also take control of a hover ship and a buggy, both of which you pilot around certain levels. There's also the aforementioned series of side-scrolling action levels where you control Captain Quark, reliving his previous adventures, quote-unquote. These diversions try to prevent players from getting bored with the constant combat, but it's only partially successful, and after a while the combat will start to get a little old, especially if you haven't played through the PS3 re-releases, as I am. Continuing the established tradition of bonus content, the skill points and hidden bolts from earlier games return, and they're bolstered by the addition of collectible trophies, which are nothing to do with the PS3 trophies, honest. While some are hidden throughout the levels of the game, a la the hidden bolts, others are only acquirable by achieving certain goals, like completing all the side missions on one planet, or leveling up your health to a certain point. There's even a hidden museum featuring content that was cut from the finished game and messages from the game's developers, which is a really nice touch. Adding the icing to the cake is a new to the franchise multiplayer mode. There are several different modes here, such as Deathmatch and Capture the Flag, and it manages to capture the same frantic, action-packed feel of the single-player game. It's fairly commonplace now, but the ability to play online and use voice chat was a major positive for the PS2, and it makes a great gameplay if you can find anyone still playing it after all this time. You'll have more luck on the PS3 re-release, but even so. Mixing all of these things together, you end up with a great title that pushed Ratchet & Clank to all new heights, and is easily the best PS2 Ratchet & Clank game. And quite honestly, it's one of the best PS2 games full stop. If you're at all interested in the franchise and you don't own this one, you're seriously missing out.